Doot, 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 doot. Pick my remote and lift this up my head. I don't even know the words to my own damn song. Bed life. Sassy, it's one of those Mondays, Sassy. It is one of those Mondays. Yes, the early worm. Wait. Early worm? Did I even say that right? Son of a bitch. The early bird gets the worm. The early worm is shit out of luck, isn't it? You want to be the early bird, not the early worm. Very important. Big difference. Big difference. Hello, Nicole.
As Redax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Pray 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Hello world, it's Birdo Pray 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life, Early Bird Edition, for Monday, July 27th, 2020. Welcome. Yes, we're a few hours early for the hell of it. Sci-Fi Nation will be streaming at 5 p.m., interviewing Commander Cockings of Trick Yards, so we figured we'd be nice and go early, because it is fun to go early every so often. I've done early bed lives a few times, and to be honest, I enjoyed most of them. I'm a bit tired today, but I'd be more tired in a couple hours anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference. So, Sci-Fi Nation was first. Qapla Sci-Fi Nation, thank you for hanging out. Says, greetings, Birdo Pray, Mamo Pray, Sessio Pray, and fellow nerds. Greetings, Sci-Fi Nation. Resolute Germ says hello. Hello, Resolute. Qapla, and we had some good Risk games this weekend. Sci-Fi Nation is singing the Bed Life song, hopefully to himself. Uncle Remus is hail, Birdo Pray 5, hope all is well. It's not bad, Uncle Remus. Got a very good night's sleep after Sis O'Prey left last night with Nephew O'Prey. My CPAP machine recorded 100 points. It was a perfect night's sleep. So I can't complain. Well over 7 hours of sleep. Aravic Sonder with a $2 super chat says, yay, early. And you got Kissing Dax. And you got Kissing Dax on a super chat, which is super hard to do. Congratulations, Aravic Sonder. Clearly a good omen for the show to start off with Kissing Dax on the first super chat. Well done, Arabic. And yes, it's an early bed life. If only John Araki was here to see that. Joseph Patrick says, early worms, greetings from the future. Greetings, Joseph. Good to see you. And early cat gets to the early bird. No, the bird just flies away. The cat is left shaking its paw like, you son of a bitch, you dumb bird. Next time. Have you ever seen Sylvester get Tweety? Well, Tweety just walks out, the tail end or something. It doesn't matter. Even if the cat gets to Tweety, Tweety still gets away. Uncle Remus is premature ejection. No, this is not that. Captain Track says, greetings, Qapla, Captain Track, greetings to you. Happy Dinosaur 8000 says, happy day to you, my pal, Captain Track. And Carlo says, hi, I hope everyone is as well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. You too. Captain Track says, good afternoon to Sci-Fi Nation. Thomas Potts says, WTF, you are early. Thomas, I've only said it about 5 times since the middle of last week. Today's bed life was going to be early because Sci-Fi Nation is going to interview Commander Coggins at 5 p.m. Eastern, which is the time I'd normally be on for bed life. So I was doing bed life early today because why not? I mean, I know Pickles was on. Sorry, Pickles. But I'm sure there's people that can watch both or whatever, or watch me later, or not watch me at all. Doesn't matter. But no, I like doing bed life on occasion early, get a little different crowd of people in, give some people a chance to see it who might otherwise be busy come 5 p.m. Eastern. So if, I don't mind changing it up every so often. And I would think you would have known, Thomas, of all the people, of all the streams, I've been saying it, repeating it ad nauseum. I would have thought you would have known. In fact, I'm surprised just how on time I was for estimating today. Where were we? Captain Track says hello to Resolute. Tappy Dinosaur says good evening, Uncle Remus. Captain Track says good afternoon to Uncle Remus as well. Happy Dinosaur says happy day to you, Resolute. Everybody's talking amongst themselves, which is good. It's good community signs, strong bindings, the community. Captain Track also saying hello to Happy Dinosaur and to Thomas. And then to them, and then and look, Happy Dinosaur, this is Qapla to you, Bird of Prey Qapla, Happy Dinosaur. Good to see you. And then everybody's saying hello to Yosef. Cinnabon Bunny's in the house. Hello, Cinnabon Bunny. Yosef says hello to Captain Track. Captain Track says hello to Cinnabon. Thomas's Pickles was ending. Okay. Yosef says the evil bunny is here. No, Cinnabon's not evil. Unless something changed, but I don't think Cinnabon's evil. Unless Cinnabon, you've decided to turn evil in the last 24 hours, which is possible. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I'm really looking forward to seeing Star Trek Lower Decks. I hope I have the same love for it as Futurama. They had some fantastic stories and made you laugh and sometimes cry. Carlo, I'm absolutely looking forward to Lower Decks. However, I highly doubt there's going to be any resemblance to Futurama. I know I used Futurama as an example last week when I said that there could be, very well done sci-fi cartoons, and I used Futurama as a perfect example. Do I think Lower Decks is going to be anything close to Futurama? Honestly, I don't. I hope it is decent Star Trek. I honestly think, listen, we always hope for the best, but realistically, I think at the very best, we're looking at adequate Star Trek that doesn't go out of its way to be offensive. Okay? If they just do relatively bland 30-minute stories with some ha-ha jokes and doesn't go out of its way to destroy canon and doesn't go out of its way to insult people based on gender and color of their skin and sexuality type things, then I think we have a tremendous win, because all previous Trek from Secret Hideout has not been that. Okay, even episodes where Pike was there and Spock, and we thought things would be good, they find a way to humiliate him, to make Captain Pike a second class character in his own show, more or less. Even though Star Trek is sweet, and oh my God, and in 7 just donated $1, and again we got Kissing Dax. And says, wow, Turtistan new computer weapon has hit your bed. You must report to a disintegration station within 3 hours. No, that kind of warfare is not practiced between Turtistan and Kuroga. If Turtistan wants to report to a disintegration station, they're welcome to. But if Turtistan wants to attack, they're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You hear that, anti-trekker? You're going to have to come down here, and you have to do it your damn self. Michael! Oh, that's okay. He hasn't done anything worth yelling at. Not in a while. But yeah, Futurama is probably going to be, Futurama is one of the best of all time. To me, television shows, not even forget animation, just television in general. Futurama is one of the best pieces of television of all time. If Lower Decks is even 1/10 as good as Futurama, we'd have tremendously good Star Trek. That said, I always hope for the best, and I hope it's really good. But realistically, I'm more just hoping it's not patently offensive. If we can just get a decent Trek that doesn't insult, that doesn't patronize, that doesn't destroy canon, I'll be happy. It'll be a baby step, right? We're taking baby steps, and considering how far back Discovery and then the later episodes of Picard have set us back, a little baby step forward would be a tremendous change of direction, change the momentum. And then maybe Strange New Worlds, another year or two from now, comes out. Maybe they continue that momentum going in the right direction. That's my best. That's realistic. My best hope. Obviously, I hope I win the lottery, but I don't count on it. I don't even plan around winning the lottery. But I could plan on, if my YouTube does decent and whatnot, and I plan on stuff coming because of hard work, then yeah, I can make plans based off that. And that's the more realistic, and that is what I'm saying. Lower Decks, realistically, just don't be patently offensive, and don't work to destroy canon, and don't work to make Star Trek worse, and I'll be happy. That's all we need. And I would be surprised if there's going to be any episodes that I'm going to be hysterical laughing or crying from Lower Decks. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be that serious a show. So I just don't want to overhype it. And my use of Futurama as a comparison might not have been fair to Lower Decks, because I never intended it would actually be comparable to Futurama. Only that Futurama did do animated sci-fi and did it extremely well. Captain Trax's Bird of Prey. This will give me an early nap. Good for you. Where are we? And Joseph Patrick says, happy to you too. Happy to you too. Happy Dinosaur says he'll be back. Sci-Fi Nation says hello to Captain Track. Resolute Germ says hello to Captain Track and Happy Dinosaur. Carlos says Joseph is the bird dinner. No, nobody's eating no birds. Captain Track says, Cinnabon, what's up? And Cinnabon is lolling. Sci-Fi Nation says, Bird of Prey. Thank you, my friend, for spreading the word about my interview today. Oh, I spread it, Sci-Fi Nation. In the last few streams, I've been telling everybody why I'm streaming early today. Joseph says, Bunny put Wes on time out. You put Wesley on time out? What happened? Jeff B, Evil Bunny, no, not DHO, afternoon, Bird of Prey and all. Qapla, Jeff B, I don't know what's going on with Evil Bunny. Cinnabon is just hanging out. Carlos says, I meant it might have good stories like Futurama, not to be like Futurama. Okay, well, we'll see. We will see. Jeff B says, good afternoon, Cinnabon. Captain Track says, vote Short Circuit 2, and puts in the link for the voting. Yes, this Saturday. If Short Circuit 2 wins, great. If the Burbs win, that's fine too. But if the Burbs doesn't win, it will be back in the voting for next week, because it is doing very well in the voting, whether it wins or not. Carlos's Bird of Prey. I enjoyed Picard until they got to the cube and it just seemed to go off track. Yeah, well, off track. You could tell Picard was rewritten heavily, and it affected it. Now, from what we know, and these are actors who've admitted this, is that Riker and Troy were never supposed to be in the series. They started filming with no intention of ever having Riker and Troy in there. And I'm convinced that adding that second or third to last episode with Riker and Troy, they had to cut that in, and God knows what they cut out to fit that in. Also, I'm convinced that before the series started, Geordi was supposed to have been killed in the comic book, and I know nobody read the comic book, but I did. Geordi was supposed to be killed in the last episode, in the last book of the comic book, the Countdown comic. But when they decided, oh shit, we are going to be bringing back all the next generation characters over the next, what they, at the time, they were thinking in the second and third season, we'd probably go through all the TNG cast. They had to rewrite the comic book. And again, this is my opinion. I have no proof of this, to stop Geordi from being killed so he can come in as a guest star later. And that change is what caused the comic book to miss its deadline, and it was supposed to be out a week before Picard series began, and it turned out to come out a week after the Picard series began. So that was really shitty timing. But Patrick Stewart himself was the one who, he said himself, he didn't intend to have any other next gen cast on there. He didn't want any other of the next gen cast on there. He wanted to do this for himself with a new cast. He didn't want anyone else from next gen on there. I don't know that he was doing it to be an asshole, although it comes off that way, to be honest. But he just felt that he didn't want that story to be retold, and he must have felt that bringing those people on would pull people back to Next Generation, which is what the people wanted, but it wasn't what Patrick Stewart wanted. Now, Patrick Stewart is a professional, and once it was clear that they needed to bring in Riker and Troy to keep this series on track and to at least give it a hope of succeeding, then of course he's going to say, "Oh, it was so great to see you, Will and Bill, or whatever," and Marina Sirtis. He's not going to complain about it, but he was on record before this saying he did not want to have the Next Gen cast on, and that's probably why they didn't write it that way to begin with. But there were last minute writings changes, probably after Siobhan left, that then put Riker and Troy back in, and kind of helped the series, because of the people I know who like Picard, which we know there's some of us who really like Picard, some of us who didn't. But many of the people who like Picard, one of the big reasons is they got to see Riker and Troy. And without Riker and Troy, that where would it be? So I think they also rewrote the ending so that Riker could be there for that too. And you could see they rewrote things that they just they didn't care, like the monster, the AI coming through the galaxy, coming through this gate. It was supposed to be super fast, but it comes super slow. The color that's shooting off the planet is red, but when it gets to space, it's blue. None of these things would make sense, but it does make sense if they reshot or re-edited it in a rush just to get it done. And that's I'm sure that's what happened with Picard. Resolute says those are some damn low expectations for the show. Well, Resolute, I had high expectations for Discovery. I had high expectations for Picard. I've learned my lesson. No expectations. No expectations, except just not to be insulting. Please don't insult us. Please don't destroy Trek more. Season 3 of Discovery is going to do enough damage. Just don't. You know what? It's like, you don't have to love me. Just don't try to stab me in the back. If you punch me man to man, face to face, you take a couple of cheap shots, but then you stop and like, okay, I can live with that. Just don't stab me in the back, puncturing my lungs so I can't even scream. If we can avoid that, we'll call this a success. Uncle Remus's breaking news: Star Trek Discovery Season 3 premieres October 15th. Get out your vomit bags. Breaking news. Is that true? October 15th. Oh, that's October 15th is a day of note for me. Star Trek Discovery. Is that? Let's see. Well, yeah. Okay. There it goes. We have official. Well, okay. So if Lower Decks starts August 6th. Watch what that will do. So August 6th starts Lower Decks. So it's got 10 episodes. So episode 1 is the 6th, 2 is the 13th, 4 is the 20th, 5 is the 27th, 6th then is September 3rd, 7th is September 10th, 8th is the 17th, 9th is the 24th, 10th is October 1st, then there's a week off, and then October 15th starts season 4. Honestly, I'm surprised they're starting at October 15th. I would have figured they would have waited 3 weeks, because this way everybody who kept their subscription would have had to keep their subscription 3 more weeks and not cancel it. Okay, so I guess Then there's at least 10, maybe 12 episodes of Discovery. So if that starts 15th, so that's 1, 2, 3. The fourth episode would be November 5th. The fourth episode, the fifth episode is the 12th. Sixth episode is the 19th. Seventh episode is the 26th. Eighth episode is December 3rd. Ninth episode is December 10th. 10th episode would be the 17th. And so if there's 11, that's the 24th. That's Christmas Eve. And if there's one more, then it would go to I don't know how many episodes there are of season 3. So it's somewhere in the end of December. Mid to late December will be the last episode of Discovery. Okay, well, so I got to keep CBS All Access through the end of the year. Okay, well, they bought, let's put it this way, they bought me 6 months of paying for it. Jeff B says this Skull Dabo. Skull is what Loki's Mornings of Mischief yells when they get a super chat. I don't yell Dabo or Skull. I don't know. I could yell Qapla. Carlos says that was quite close. That was close enough. Captain Trek says, Uncle Remus, I hope they're hanging out free vomit bags. Jeff B, beware the Ides of October. Uncle Remus says, I wonder why they didn't announce season 3 air date at Comic-Con. Yeah. Why would you not do that? That makes no sense. It makes that I know why should we expect them to make sense this far along, but it's like every freaking week. Really, you couldn't decide this a week ago? You couldn't decide this a week ago. Just give us something. All we get for Comic-Con, my God, that horrible, horrible panel that I sat through. In fact, I fast forwarded. I couldn't take the Discovery crew rereading the awful scene, the final scene of season 2, which wasn't even the final scene, but what they claimed to be the final scene from season 2. Terrible enough the first time you watched it. At least it had nice special effects and starships and space battles. Now you just watch it with the actors at home, not in character, not dressed up. Why? Do you think we care? Do you think anybody gave a shit? Was there anybody on this planet, including Star Trek Discovery fans, of which there are 2 or 3? They're like, you know what I want? I want the actors to reread a scene we've already seen. Who? How about you do a scene from the next season? That would be interesting. No, we'll do a scene everybody's seen before. It hurts. It hurts at the stupidity that has come to Trek. Welcome back, Happy Dinosaur. Captain Trek says Futurama was at best but too adult humor, but not honorable, but Trek based on the style would be shit. John Araki donated $1 through Super Chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Qapla. You missed it. We got Aravik got Kissing Dax with his Super Chat earlier. Captain Trek, again, Futurama was at best. No, I'm sorry, Captain Trek. Futurama was awesome. And it was awesome. And it was, even at its worst, it was good. Okay. Its average episode was fantastic. And its great episodes made me cry. So no, Futurama is a bajillion times better than any current television show. Maybe the Orville comes closest. But it was from a different time, a better time of TV. But don't worry, they're not going to be able to capture Futurama. So we would be lucky if they did, but they're not going to. It's not going to be like that. It's not even worth discussing. There's no risk. Risk meaning like, not saying it would be bad. It would be awesome if they could, but they can't. Resolute Germs of season 3 of STD premieres October 15th. Son of a bitch, CBS just ruined my birthday. You have an October 15th birthday, Resolute? Congrats. I know a few people with October 15th birthday. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Qapla 47 Yorktown. Bradley Briggs says, I'd say if Rick and Morty are liked by someone, they'll also like Lower Decks. Well, since I've never seen Rick and Morty, we'll see what happens. Mr. Hyde. Hello, Mr. Hyde. Is Dr. Jekyll with you? Captain Track says, Jeff B, good afternoon. Jeff B says, hail to Captain Track. Captain Track says, 17 watchers, 11 likes, and now we're up to 27 watchers and 18 likes. Thank you guys, by the way, for clicking that like button. It means a lot, actually. Yes, it does. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Hello in Qapla. Mr. Hyde says, I never ever turned into Picard. Couldn't be bothered. Well, I mean, I almost envy you. I had to do it. Captain Trax is Jeff B, doing as well as can be. Thank you. Uncle Remus is Bird of Prey. I know you're a big fan of Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee. So you need to watch the very excellent Mr. Dundee. You still need to watch Eurovision and give your review as well. I was thinking, Uncle Remus, and I haven't decided it for sure, but I was thinking on Sundays, since I don't really do anything on Sundays, that I might do Cinema Saturday Sunday editions, where it's movies I choose without voting. Like Cinema Sunday Bird's Choice. And forget the voting. I just watch what I choose that week. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this. No, we're not going to let Charlie choose. Who points? No. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how Sundays go. We'll have Crocodile Dundee. We'll have Super Troopers. We'll have all the things that didn't get close to winning votes, but I still want to watch. And maybe we'll do some TV shows too. It doesn't have to be movies. Jeff B says, okay, CV Plus recovered here. Thanks, Captain. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I enjoyed some small parts on Discovery. However, if you take out all the good parts, it would fit into one episode and would probably make more sense. Michael Burnham brings it down. Absolutely. The fact that your main character is the biggest problem with the show is a very hard thing to overcome. Extremely, extremely difficult. And then the other problem is that the fact that you're a Star Trek show and you have a single main character. Now, I know people say, oh, well, the captain was always the main character. No, he really wasn't. There were episodes of TNG that barely had Picard in it, or Picard was only in the B plot, right? There was episodes of DS9 where Avery Brooks was in the B plot. There might have been episodes where he wasn't in it at all. I don't know. I think he probably appeared in every episode. Picard probably appeared in just about every episode, but they weren't the main character. Every freaking storyline of Discovery has Michael Burnham being the hero. Not only the main character, the hero. The hero. And if Michael Burnham isn't the hero for that particular episode, then Tilly is the hero. Since Tilly can borrow the hero card from Michael for the day. It's just sickening. They were so much more ensemble shows, and Discovery is not. And again, I don't blame myself. I blame them that I don't even know the names of the people on the bridge. Saru, I forgot. I remembered them for a little bit, but I've since forgotten. I can't imagine me not knowing the name of the people on the promenade in Ops of DS9 on the bridge of Voyager, even on the bridge of Enterprise. But the bridge of Discovery, I know there's a woman with the implant, the other woman, the guy, there was the robot chick that died. I still don't even remember their names. Stamets, okay, I remember Stamets. His husband, barely remember. I remember I know that he blocked me on Twitter without me ever tweeting him. That's their fault. I can't remember it, not mine. Because I can tell you the people on the Orville that came out the same time. Captain Trax says, Jeff B, you're welcome. Bradley Briggs says, Mr. Stewart wanted his own show. Yes, he wanted his own new show. He admitted that. He did not want to be. He did not want to share the spotlight. Mr. Hyde says, Captain Track, Discovery killed any interest for me. That's true. That is true. Jitsi got a notification 20 minutes late. I'm sorry, Jitsi, but I'm glad you made it. And I forgot to tweet this out. Son of a bitch. Jitsi says, ugh, it's been an annoying day. I'm sorry, Jitsi. And he says hello to everybody. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, I liked Picard overall. I hated the episode with Troy and Riker. Well, you're in the minority, Captain Trek. But you're fine. I'm not saying anything about it, but most people who liked it loved that episode. Carlos says, Bird of Prey, I think this season was supposed to last 4 seasons and not end with the alien AI thingy. I think that was made to tie into Discovery Season 3, and I think the Borg was meant to last longer. See, it doesn't even make sense. The Borg, why were the Borg in Picard to begin with? At the beginning, the Borg thing was there 16 years. Later, we find out Narissa was only there 14 years. But the entire reason for the Borg thing being there seemed to be to uncover what Narissa's aunt knew. But Narissa's aunt has only been there for 14 years. So the Borg project began 2 years before any of that happened, which means there's no reason they would destroy it once they found out the secret that we're supposed to believe they've been working 14 years to find out where the synths live. And once they found that out, the entire Borg project was over. None of it makes any sense. And the more you think about it, the less sense it makes. Bradley says, if you expect nothing, you will always be pleasantly surprised. Honestly, Bradley, some of the movies I liked the best were ones I went into expecting nothing. So it is really true for us. For human beings, we should expect nothing. Because if you expect something, you're only giving yourself up to disappointment. Mr. Hyde says, so October 15th, I'll be watching TOS instead. Very good. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Carlo said, we are either I lost where I was. Carlo. Read that. Carlo, Bird of Prey, I really enjoyed Picard until they get the cube. It just seems it's off track. Okay, I read those. Low expectations. Carlos says that quote was close enough. Beware the Ides of October. Oh, that was way earlier. Okay. Where's season was supposed to last 4 seasons. Carlos is Bird of Prey. There we are. Sorry about that. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Longer and probably having tuned to a bigger, longer part in it because of how focused on his return, then nothing. Okay, I think he was doing. No, it's 2 parts. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I think the season was supposed to last at least 4 seasons, not end with the alien AI thing. I think that was meant to tie into Discovery season 3, and I think the Borg was meant to last longer and probably have you have a bigger, longer part in it because of how they focus on his return, and then nothing. You, the Borg. Got it, Carlo. It's very possible. All I know is that what we saw was cut up, sliced up, and reconstituted. It was the Pringles of TV shows. Dee Dee Myers, Qapla says, hope you're well, my friend. Thank you, Dee Dee. Not bad. Mr. Hyde says, that's my wedding anniversary. How's that for a horrible gift? Congratulations. Happy anniversary coming in October. Yay, honey, let's watch Star Trek Discovery. I want a divorce. Thomas Potts is Bird of Prey. Memory Alpha has 13 episodes. Thank you, Thomas. So 13 episodes puts them in mid to late December. Maybe 24th, I think, December. So right before either the 24th or 31st. Interesting. John Araki, Qapla, John. Qapla. Joe Lau says, hey, Bird, how are you? I've been away, work stuff, been also tough virus here. Just getting bad, 100 plus a day here. Oh, Joe, I'm so sorry. We hit 90, we're hitting 99 today. We were close to 100 the other day. But nice and cool indoors, thankfully. AC is working, got the fans going. Blow cool air up from the basement, and nice and comfortable here. I so sorry. I hope you guys got some decent AC, Joe. Thomas Potts says season 3 ends. Oh, they're saying it ends on January 7th, 2021. Then did I miscount, or are they going to skip a week? Interesting. So it's going to take them right through the new year. Well, I guess that makes sense. They want to start the new year with everybody still subscribed to All Access, because what'd you say? They probably would feel some sort of special around Christmas. Mama Pray thinks their show is special around Christmas. These are streaming shows. It's not like TV. That it's not that there's CBS All Access. No, they don't do Christmas specials for streaming shows. It's okay. It's okay. They could skip a week. We don't know. We'll see. Jitsi says they read the scene on purpose just to spite us. Kurtzman is just the type to do that. He is. He absolutely is. And that's why I fast forwarded it. I didn't watch it live, so I was able to do that. I couldn't believe how long it went on for. Like half this fucking panel. Excuse me. Half this panel is them reading a script nobody wanted. Uncle Remus' Star Trek panel Comic-Con was horrible. Absolutely. Like, if there was a way to invest in Star Trek, the stock, I would have pulled all my money out after that panel. I would only have had like $5 left. Right? Everybody's going to gold, right? Gold price is going up. I would have been in gold, and I would have I'm pulling my last, like it'd be a penny stock. I'm pulling it. It's not even worth keeping as a penny stock. Bradley Briggs' STD has tens of fans. Absolutely. And I think half of them watch my channel. Jeff B. Qapla, Jeff. Uncle Remus says, For All Mankind, Season 2 also has been announced. I know you just watched season 1. Space Shuttle will be in season 2. No date yet, but soon. Awesome. Well, that's going to be a tough one. They should just leave For All Mankind alone. It ended in 83. The space shuttle was already flying by 83. I mean, I guess in alternate timeline they could have delayed the shuttle, but if we had the rocket, that's the problem. The space shuttle would make no sense in the future. I don't want to give away too much, but the future that they showed us in For All Mankind, the space shuttle would be completely worthless. They already had a technology far superior to the space shuttle. The space shuttle could only get to like a mid-Earth orbit. It really wasn't, the space shuttle could not make it to the moon. Okay? It couldn't go to the moon, not on its best day. It was never designed to go to the moon. It would never be able to go to the moon, let alone land or take off from the moon. It couldn't even orbit the moon if it wanted to. But then it's not the space shuttle. Okay? The space shuttle would never go to the moon. That is way too much dead weight in its wings and its tail and those main engines that you don't effing need. Way too much weight to ever send to the moon, realistically. Now, in Airplane 2, sure, you had space shuttles on the moon because they were just passenger aircraft. But in the science reality world, alternate history that For All Mankind set up, the space shuttle would be a downgrade, a terrible downgrade. Listen, I'm not mad they're going to do a second season, especially if Ronald D. Moore is still going to be involved, because he does great stories, and I really loved season 1. The more I think about it, the better it gets. It was a really good series, and I would strongly recommend people watch it. But it ended, and that should have been it. I can't see shoehorning in a second season. And if you're telling me it's going to have the space shuttle in it, then it already tells me that they're going in the wrong direction. Now they could have been talking Mars. Season 2 could be the getting to Mars. That would be interesting. We have what happened, and then we still have the Elon Musk type people of today, and we're headed towards Mars quicker or already on Mars. That would be of interest. But again, the space shuttle has no part in getting to Mars either. Dan23 says Star Trek Discovery returns October 15th. Yes. And Positive Candor also. Thank you. Yes, we've already heard the news. I won't call it the good news. We'll just call it the news. Dan23 says, I can watch this as I build a Lego Star Wars A-Wing. Very cool, Dan. Very cool. Bradley Briggs says, Bird loves Futurama so much he cosplays out as one of its characters every day. He means that I'm a hedonism bot because I lay in the hospital bed. Hey, if you had to cosplay as a character, hedonism bot is not the worst choice. Valor, J Omega Qapla Valor, says Bird of Prey, that isn't much of a high bar with these days and the crap that shows being written. Absolutely, like I'm saying, this is not a high bar. They don't have to do a lot to impress me. Carlos says Bird of Prey, I think that any season that is already halfway through filming, they shouldn't have a big change in the story unless it's episodic, in which case each episode is its own story. I agree, Carlo, but if it was as bad as it must have been that they thought this was an improvement, I don't know. I don't know what you say. I mean, it's possible Amazon told them, we won't even air this. We will sue you if you try to give us this crap track. It could have been that bad because Amazon has said no. Obviously, Amazon said no to Lower Decks. So, and Netflix has said no to Lower Decks. So, just so we understand that Star Trek Discovery has destroyed the CBS relationship with Netflix. Destroyed it. Netflix wouldn't even take the short tracks or Picard. They didn't even want it. Okay, they couldn't give it to Netflix to air. And then they said, okay, well, we finally got Amazon to take Picard. And there are still some short tracks that Amazon doesn't have and Netflix doesn't have, mind you. But fine, okay, good. We got international distribution for Picard. And then what do? In 10 short episodes, Amazon is now like, F you, we don't want Lower Decks. If Amazon wanted Lower Decks, they'd be announcing it all over. Big Lower Decks, coming to Amazon and CBS All Access, soon. Now they've have a release date announced, and we don't even know where Lower Decks is going to air. It's probably not going to air anywhere internationally. If you're not in Canada or the US, then you're going to be out of luck. This is not normal. It's not normal to have a TV show 2 weeks away from launching, and you don't know how people outside the US are going to watch it in 2020. No, this is not how it's supposed to be. These deals are made months in advance. They had to actively anger the bosses at Amazon and the bosses at Netflix to be in a predicament where neither one wants it. And understand, this is Star Trek. This is Star Trek. And Amazon and Netflix are giving money to crappiest little independent shows. Right? I could probably go to Netflix with a series and idea and get funding at this point if I could walk and had, 1 month of film school behind me. I go, here's what I want to do. And they're like, here's some money, do it. Anybody is getting this is the time. Anybody can get their stuff made. And Star Trek, backed by a major corporation, neither Amazon nor Netflix will touch it. So who's going to take Lower Decks? Maybe Apple TV? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, are they that desperate? I don't know. Hulu's got Orville. Well, they don't want, Disney doesn't want to deal with Star Trek. I don't know. I honestly think Lower Decks might end up on Apple TV, and that'll be their last stand, or Peacock if they sell it. But I feel bad. I kind of feel bad because if you don't live in the United States and you want to watch Lower Decks, you're going to have to go to the high seas to get it. Or you can watch me watching it, and I'll just tell you what happens. Not the same. Might be better. It might be worse. We don't know yet. Mind Blown Watcher says Crystal Skull Sundays. No, not Crystal Skull Sundays. God forbid. Remus is good idea for Sunday. So many interesting things to watch. Absolutely. I really like the idea. It doesn't have to be every Sunday, but I think I'm going to do that. Plus, I already will have the artwork and the stuff for Cinema Saturday up, so it's easy. Birds Blockbuster Sunday, says Captain Trek. I don't know. LDG, Qapla LDG. Positive candor, says Bird of Prey. Burn 'em up the house. Burn 'em up the house. Carlo Albanese says Cinema Sunday. Bird of Prey, giving the people what they want. Good man. Now, just out of date spam. Mama pray, save for. Now, just get the out of date spam. Mama pray, save for him. Yeah, Sisso Prey left without giving me the spam. Bradley Briggs says Star Trek needs to be more episodic. That way the stories can be told better. Not every episode needs to be linked to the one before it. Bradley, it could be. I don't think it needs to be. I mean, Deep Space Nine was a pretty good mix between episodic and non-episodic, whereas Discovery and Picard are 100%, serial, not episodic. It could go either way. I'm not against episodic if it's done. I'm not against serial if it's done well. We just haven't seen it done well since Deep Space Nine, and Deep Space Nine was only marginally. It was more serialized for the time, but today it's barely serialized compared to shows today. And the thing is, because it's going to be shown on streaming, there's really no reason it needs to be episodic. Okay, episodic came about because TV aired live, and almost nobody had their VCRs set up to record a TV show if they missed it. And so even if you loved a TV show, realistically, how much of a season could you see? 2/3, 3/4 of a season, maybe. You were going to miss a third of episodes, a quarter of episodes, even in a best case scenario. So you had to have a way to keep watching, even if you missed a week or two. Now, today, if you're watching it serialized or not, you're watching it on streaming. So you only go on to the next episode when you have time. There's no such thing as missing an episode. So I don't mind that it could be serialized. That's really not the problem for me. If it is episodic, that's fine too. I don't mind it. But like Orville, are you going to say Orville is episodic? I wouldn't call Orville episodic. I mean, it's more episodic than Discovery, yes. But there's, if you watch Orville and your first episode you watch is Identity, okay, so it's part 1 and part 2, but either one, you're going to be really screwed. You're not going to realize the entire buildup of Claire and Isaac. You're going to miss all that stuff. It's not, if your first episode is one of the Mocklins with the woman colony, the female Mocklin colony, you're going to lose all that buildup from that's happened all first 2 seasons. So, I mean, Orville is as episodic as I would get in modern television. And because it's really not fair to call the Orville episodic. Now, the original series, yes, that was absolutely episodic. Like literally nothing carried over from week to week, right? 1 week, Captain Kirk loses the love of his life. The next week, he doesn't even remember her, nobody talks about her again. It's never, ever brought up. The original series, totally episodic. TNG, 99% episodic. DS9, I'd say 50% episodic. And then Voyager went probably back another like 60%, 75% episodic. And then Discovery, I'd be like 5% episodic. And Picard, 0% episodic. We got mail. Carlos's Bird of Prey. The more we rewatch Discovery, the more I end up just skipping to the stuff on the Enterprise or Lorca Pre-Mira. I do enjoy Discovery, but not rewatchable like TOS, DS9, TNG, and Enterprise. I'm surprised anybody's rewatching it, Carlo. But yeah, I couldn't imagine rewatching it. 1 sec. Okay, just had to let Mama Pray know. The mail was here because there's a check in the mail. There's a check in the mail. Bradley's is mind blown, watcher. Put the camera off. No cam. Yeah. I put the camera off. Bradley Briggs is mind blown, watcher. I thought that was every episode. Okay. Was the entire series. Dan 23 says the guy who plays Stamets' partner actor Wilson Cruz. Yes, that's him. I think followed him on Instagram, but all he saw was topless pictures of himself. Well, that's why would you follow him? 47 Yorktowns to Cinema Sunday. How about Indiana Jones and the Ancient Spam? Maybe. If is there such a movie? Positive Candors is Bird of Prey. Burn them down the house. I don't want to burn them down my house. Positive Candor. Josh Reed says, "Hey, Bird of Prey, this is what you could us. Notawheelchair.com. What are we looking at? Not a wheelchair. Build your own. Okay, that's interesting. Oh crap! Did one thing I didn't check? Does is offer going to work? Yes, it did. Good. Not a wheelchair. Build your own. Customized by color type suspension. Yeah, it look. Oh my, 4,700. I mean, honestly, that's not that expensive compared to a real electric chair. But I don't think I could fit in it. I really don't think it would fit through my house. 2 batteries. Oh, let's see.
So about a year ago.
What does this have? 3
The
wheels?
version Cambry's
No.
riding right now has 2
4
batteries
wheels.
for a more
That one is
realistic
3
nature
wheels.
experience.
It's a more peaceful environment when you're.
Yeah, it quite when I'm not sure. Hey, I don't think that's for handicapped people. Yeah, notawheelchair.com. There are a few different options out there, but they can cost as much as a car or super slow. Cambria and I decided to put our heads together to build our own off-road wheelchair. Something that's quick and light with super long range, and we finally have it. We like to introduce Not a Wheelchair, a fully electric, super quiet, accessible bike that can go 12 miles an hour with a range of 10 to 20 miles. Okay, well, 10 to 20 miles is a tremendous about. I mean, you should know if it's 10 or 15 or 20. Our whole goal provides something that is capable and affordable. We hope you enjoy and wear a helmet. Oh, I'm not going to wear a helmet. Look, even in the picture, she's not wearing a helmet. That's what I don't understand is where the feet are going to get hit. The feet are going to get crushed by the wheels. I mean, look at the picture that changes the wheel. It looks like there's a place to put the feet, but man, if the feet moved out to the rim of the wheel, your foot would get caught. See, I don't know about these people, but I can't control my foot. So if my foot ever slipped into the wheel, that would be a game over. Real game over. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I don't know what the conditions or what their disabilities are, whoever made this, but I could not. This looks like a death trap for me. But hey, I'm glad if it helps somebody. And there's no trails like this. What are you gonna do? Where were you gonna find that? There's gonna be branches laying across the road and shit. That doesn't work. There's no place like that. That's not real. Okay. Yeah, but upstate, we had those, but we had to get out every 5 seconds and move a branch. You know, in the real world, there's branches and stuff. They don't stay up. It's a very nice looking thing, but man, I don't know how practical that would be. But thank you. That was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I play
Hi,
Mackenzie
Nicole.
as Redax on DS9. And I welcome you
Thank
to
you,
Birdo Pray 5
Josh Street.
channel. Hail Karoga.
I don't want to have to strap my feet in and then if I fall. No. Positive candor says don't mean 99. Don't you mean 99? I don't remember what we were talking about, positive candor. I'm sorry. Carlos says the fans are blowing Bird again if you ever wonder why with the laptop is on. Causes the fans are blowing Bird again if you ever wonder what the laptop is on. Can you hear the fans blowing? I know I said they were blowing. Resolute is Bird of Prey, skipping the Thanksgiving week and probably Christmas too. They didn't used to. They didn't skip Thanksgiving last time. They could. Carlos says would be better if they just sang the song. Arabic Saunders says Captain Pike, you could tell, was not feeling it. He was reading his lines with his eyes rolling. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. Best thing about Star Trek Comic-Con panel was that CBS shut it down. Yeah, CBS copyright claim their own panel. Thomas Potts says Memory Alpha has these dates. October 15th, October 22nd, October 29th, November 5th, November 12th, November 19th, November 26th, December 3rd, December 10th, December 17th, December 24th, December 31st, and January 7th. So there you go. They didn't skip any of the weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There you go. Okay, so 13 episodes, 13 weeks. Nothing being skipped. Carlos is Bird of Prey. There are space shuttle is good for low orbital construction. Yes, but like I said, I don't want to give things away, Carlo. But in the world set up at the end of this movie, at the end of this series, there is no need for low orbital construction. Joseph says, I have no legal way to watch Lower Decks. Well, Joseph, we can work on that. Thomas says, Joseph, lucky you. John DeMarco says, hello to everyone. Joseph Patrick says, not really. I want to watch it. Where there's a will, there's a way, Joseph. Bradley Briggs says, Star Trek should be able to print money. It takes up a bunch of idiots to mess it up. Yes, they had to work hard to make it this bad. I mean, they could have just lived comfortably with just the revenue old track would have generated had they not gone out and started making everybody start politicizing track. Right? They would still be selling Enterprise models. An original. Orb D. A, B, C, D, all those. They would have still been selling those. John DeMarco says Netflix, Amazon, etc. passing on official Star Trek show demonstrates how much Kurtzman has driven the franchise into the ground. Absolutely. Uncle Remus says Tenet has a new U.S. release date for Labor Day weekend. Get your torrent downloader ready for the New York, New Jersey area since there will be no theaters open. Carlos says high seas will air it for us all. Upsetting to have to wait 24 hours to get Star Trek after America and Canada when everyone wants to talk about it on YouTube, Facebook, and even news sites. Mr. Hyde says, remember when Star Trek was fun? Seems so long ago. Now I watch the Orville. It's the Star Trek we should have gotten. I agree. What's this face, McWhatnot? Qapla. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I hope Mount Prey knows I'm just messing. I'll never force you with a 100 pound sterling super chat. Like some might. I just don't have that much. Plus, don't do anything you don't want. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. I think Mama Prey knows. Plus, I'll be honest, I wouldn't eat the spam even for 100 pound sterling super chat. I might nibble it, but I wouldn't eat it. Hmm? No, they're saying they wouldn't do it. Dan23 says Discovery ended up getting shown on UK TV channel called C4. Yeah, but that was a year late. John DeMarco says Orville is a good mix of episodic and serialized. Yeah, Orville, you want to call it episodic, but it's a mix. Bradley says, I'll admit I've rewatched a lot of the Space Battles and STD, but the rest is a big nope. Well, Bradley, I never even made it that far. Dan23 says you could miss something on streaming if the program is not on there for long. Absolutely. Vile Mike says, howdy, folks. I'm still at work. Just saying howdy to everyone. Howdy, Vile. You know what, guys? If you did not see yesterday, Vile Mike streamed a game. He worked on a Jeopardy-like game to test nerd. It was all nerd questions. And it was me, Nightbreeze, and Resolute Germ. And I came in third. I came in a strong third. But it was it was a lot of fun. So check out Vile Mike's latest, well, I don't know if it was his latest video, but check out his game video. It was a lot of fun, and he's going to do it again. He says he would. John DeMarco says, it's like a Jeep chair. Yeah, I've seen. Carlos says, Dear Bop. We'll get to the Dear Bops, Carlo. Absolutely. That looks fast. Well, 12 miles an hour, it probably would feel fast. Carlos says, I'll take that back. It does not look fast at all. Resolute Germs says, Bird of Prey, you misunderstand. It's an off-road wheelchair. Well, it also had street tires, so it could be either way. Carlos says, Tesla's is not a flamethrower. Yes, Tesla is not a flamethrower. Bradley Briggs says, hey, that's the guy who helped the handicapped chick, then married her, isn't it? I don't know. Carlos is 20 miles downhill. Yes, that's the range. You get 20 miles downhill. Josh Street says there are straps to hold your feet. I still don't like it. Uncle Remus says if you're a person using that type of wheelchair, no helmet is required. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Strap in and enjoy. Just watch that. Never mind. Yeah. You want me to drive something like that? No. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. She can't use her lower half of her body. Understood. Bradley says, I had the biggest crush on Nicole when I was younger. I think I still do. She is still very attractive. Dan23 says, in TOS, by any other name, season 2, Captain Kirk mentioned something Spock did in A Taste of Armageddon. Okay, so 1%. 1% serialized. Uncle Remus says maybe attach a a lawnmower blade so that she can do some landscaping work. Jitsi is glad to hear that Anson Mount wasn't into it. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, I have looked at air dates on Memory Alpha before, and they have been known to change or get updated. Yeah, I getcha. Uncle Remus says, Bird, are you going to sign up for the new Walmart membership that is going to be like Amazon? Walmart is going to have a video service like Amazon. Here comes Walmart Studios. I have not heard of it. I will see what it's like. I don't know. I mean, if they have a reason to sign up, I guess I would, but I never signed up for Disney Plus, and I only did Apple TV's 1 free week. So it's not that I get every streaming service. Positive Candor says, no bloody A, B, C, D, E, F. You get the idea. I was looking at a picture yesterday of all the enterprises, including the J. And it's like, so why? That I would, if I could erase something from Star Trek canon, it would be the Enterprise J. It is just the dumbest looking ship ever. And I think it will be ignored. I don't think anybody will ever bring up the Enterprise J ever again. Carlos says, hail Karoga. Thomas is Bird of Prey, but you said Vile was doing a Jeep stream. I thought it was a Jeep stream. It was a Jeopardy stream. I misread it. Valor says Bird of Prey many think Gene Roddenberry would hate STD, Picard, and Lower Decks. I personally don't think he would, but he would like it if he got good money. Hail Turdistan. You know what? Even though you're hailing Turdistan, I think you're right. Gene Roddenberry was basically Zephyrin Cochrane in First Contact. Okay, everybody attributes that Gene Roddenberry was this great guy who saw a vision of the future. No, Gene Roddenberry wanted to make money. Okay, like Zephyrin Cochrane. Gene Roddenberry wanted to make money, and if Lower Decks and Star Trek Discovery were going to make him money, he'd gladly go ahead and put his name to it and give him the big thumbs up, just like his son is doing. Right, Ron Roddenberry. As much as I am mad at him for lending his name to everything Alex Kurtzman creates, it's probably what his father would have done. Okay, Gene Roddenberry was not going to get up and tell people, this isn't Star Trek, I don't agree with it, stop going, stop buying, to cancel your CBS All Access subscription. This is not what Trek was supposed to be. No, Gene Roddenberry would never have said that. Gene Roddenberry would have said cha-ching and just happily taken, his 5% or whatever it was off the top. Not to say he was a bad guy. He made a universe that became an amazing part of all of our lives. Okay, and no, none of that would have happened without Gene Roddenberry. He definitely deserves credit, but he is not the godlike figure that many people have placed him as. He was a man who did this to get money. That was greed. As much as they say, oh, we've evolved to a place where we don't need money, where greed is no longer the driving force of life. Well, who thought of all those lines? People who were doing their jobs for money. Okay, none of those people did their jobs out of the kindness of their heart. Gene Roddenberry's goal was money, and to that effect, he did well with Star Trek. And to the point that he would have canceled Star Trek and gone with Gary Seven if Gary Seven would have made him more money. Joseph says, I will bluntly get it the Jack Sparrow way. CBS can blame themselves for it. Carlos says Roddenberry didn't like ST6 or DS9. No, he did not. But he happily took the money. Valor says, Bird of Prey, now that Vivian is out of the room, hail Karoga. Hail Turdistan. Oh, are you really, Valor? You're saying that Vivian is the one who likes Turdistan? You're blaming your wife? Your lovely wife? I don't believe that about Vivian. Carlo says, is CBS All Access, or what is it ever going to go worldwide? Probably never. I don't think it could go worldwide. There's probably too many contracts that can only be U.S. They can't renegotiate those contracts. Resolute says, Bird of Prey, you're in luck. When Archer changed the timeline, he erased the J from history. I hope so. Bradley says, the J was brought to us in the Universe class of ships. We will see that used again, I bet. I hope not. Josh says, Bird of Prey, Gene was the Borg trying to assimilate everyone into something like him. No, I don't say the Borg. He was Zephyrin Cochrane. He was the absolute placeholder for Zephyrin Cochrane. And the 24th century people were the fans. We hold him in such high regard, but the reality was he was just a dude looking to get rich. Yes, he made some great decisions along the way that turned out to be really good, but it doesn't change the motivation he had. Resolute says, Bird of Prey, you know they based Cochrane for... Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, they based Cochrane on Gene. Positive Cannon, Bird of Prey, when are you going to leave Kuroga and join Anti-Tracker in Turkestan? Never. Never. Now, if I invade Turkestan, might happen one day. I'm not going to say that. That's out of the question. But joining him in Turkestan, that's never going to happen. Valis' Bird of Prey, 2 men and a woman gave us Trek, and we all know and love. Gene almost ruined Trek from the start. Well, yes and no. He also created it. John DeMarco says, as much as TNG made fun of the Ferengi, Gene would have made a good one. Absolutely. Uglymus says, greed is good. Well, as Quark says, greed is the purest emotion of all. Paulo Albanese says, Bird of Prey, Roddenberry died just before ST6 came out, so he did not enjoy that money so much. He was probably banking on that money, and certainly his family got it. Carlos says, Dear Bop, P.S. Where is Rock Solid? I don't know. It might be a little early for Rock Solid. Dan23 says, yeah, but in one Enterprise episode, Archer is looking at Daniel's holographic observatory, and there's an image of a future Vulcan ship. How is it supposed to get made when the Vulcans stop making those ships? Maybe they go back to making those ships. I don't know. But I can tell you it's not going to bother me. I'm not going to go to sleep tonight worrying about it. Okay, so let's get to some Dear Bops. What do we got here in terms of Dear Bops? We've got a handful. We got a handful of Dear Bops. Okay, well, this one was the one I never looked back at that came in last week. It's just a string of numbers, and I just don't care. Okay. Dear Bob, the getting hooked on oxygen was a joke about breathing. Gotcha. Well, I don't know if it was a joke or not, because I do know that once you get used to being on oxygen, it is hard to stop being on oxygen. I don't know how else to say it. It's easy to get dependent, I guess. It's easy to grow dependent on it. And I certainly wouldn't want to. I think I did for a time, years ago, but not anymore. Dear Bob, I have it on good authority that a hacker is changing the votes for the upcoming movie. If the burb wins, everyone will know it's because the results have been hacked. Please be warned. Thank you for your time, Kurogan Security Officer. Well, it sounds like it's your job to make sure it doesn't happen, Security Officer. So if the burbs win, either you didn't do your job or the burbs were meant to win. So you let me know whether you need to be fired after the election. How did I skip this one? Carlos says, Dear Bob, Rock Solid, do this. Okay, but I've already started the Dear Bops. Valor says, Bird of Prey, actually, she does like Turkestan more, but Anti-Tracker said, gotta agree with the wife, happy wife equal happy life. And yes, I like Turkestan, but you allow working orphans in the mines. So why... Because I allow working orphans in the mine, you like Turkestan more? Would you prefer I made all the orphans unemployable, and they could just what, sit in the mines not working? What would be the point? Oh, my camera is off. God damn it. What would be the point of having orphans just standing around the mines not working? So it doesn't make any sense, Valor. I don't know what you're talking. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. You just have orphans just standing around the mines. They'd get bored. They would get bored. I'm doing them a favor. Dear Bop, here's the deal. How many ballets am I allowed to vote with on this upcoming election? I really want to watch Short Circuit 2 with you and smell your hair. Thanks for being a loyal supporter and giving me great advice on my run for Karoga dictator. Your best pal, Joe Biden. You're not running for Karoga anything. You're not even allowed in Karoga. I offered to help you via email because I felt bad for you. You are allowed 4 ballets. Yeah. Oh, ballots. Ballots. I think you misspelled the word ballots. I was wondering why you were worried about ballots. You can cast as many ballots as you want, Joe. Just keep telling them that you made a typo and you need another one. They'll keep giving them to you. And if they say no, say, do you know who I am? And they'll say yes, and you'll say, good, please tell me. Because you forgot. Joe. Carlos says, no, don't let the orphans stop working. We need more uranium in urinal cakes. I'm not going to stop them from working. Obviously, I'd be a terrible person if I did that. John DeMarco is saying, vote Short Circuit 2. Dear Bob, I've been trying to record videos recently, but I'm having trouble. I can't seem to get scripts prepared, and when I do, I can't get through the recording without botching it. So I badly need to redo it. I'd appreciate any advice you get, especially from a YouTuber of your caliber. Oh, well, honestly, live streaming is a bajillion times easier than recording even a 5-minute video. And yes, when I do recorded videos, most of the time, especially the good ones, I do write the script first. Then I record the script. Usually I have to say the same line 2, 3, 4 times. Sometimes 8, 9, 10 times. Like literally, Mama Pray will be looking at me and something was wrong. I just say it over and over and over and over again. So then, even though this is only going to turn out to be like a 12-minute video, I've got an hour and 7 minutes of audio I recorded for a 12-minute video. So then I go into my audio editor and I start cutting out all the worst takes. So I leave just the best takes. And I cut it down to the 10 or 11 minutes I expect it to be. Then I take that audio, I render it as a 1 MP3 file, and then I import it into the video editor again. And this time is where I drag all the video clips and still images to make the final video. And I add my introduction and I add my exit, rolling end credits. And then that adds the extra minute or so to the video. So it turns out to be about, 12 minutes in total, even though I used only like 10 minutes of actual audio. Yeah, doing the script is difficult. And in my experience, my hardest part is recording the script because I have to do it when there's no phone calls and shit going on. And literally, this is Vitality Medical calling. This is the wheelchair place. How did they know we were talking about wheelchairs? Mama Pray got it because she knew I wasn't going to pick it up. Damn you, Alexa, you traitor. You traitor. Cancel. I'm sorry. Yeah. Here's my advice. Once you start writing the script, don't stop. I have so many scripts that I'm between 50 and 90% done on. And then I stopped, and an hour turned into a day, turned into a week, turned into a month. And then I never went back to finish them. And I don't think at this point, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to finishing them. If I was going to start new, I would just start with a fresh script. So doing the script, completing the script, I say, especially you're not doing hour-long videos. At least I doubt it. If you're doing 5 to 10, 15, 20-minute videos, there's no reason you can't write the script in one sitting. Write the script, finish the script, reread the script. If it looks good, then go to record. Record, if you're only doing audio, record the audio. If you're doing audio and video, record audio and video. Now, when you're first recording, don't have anything moving in the background. Like if you're going to have a green screen, then have a green screen. Don't put in the effects yet, because you're going to have to edit the video more than likely, and you don't want to have like stars jerk around in the back as you cut. Yes, Mama Pray.
That company?
I didn't order a mask. Oh,
Well,
yes, I did.
can you take his call now?
Yeah, well, they said that they weren't going to ship the order.
Okay, well, see if that's the company.
Hello? Hi. Right. Well, if you can proceed with the order, but I'm not sending you a copy of my license. Well, I got an email instantly saying that the order was held up for processing. But yeah, no, if you can process it, then please do. Yes. It's crappy. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Can you still do it blurry? Thank you very much. You too. Okay. So they don't need me to send a copy. Sisso Prey wanted a copy, wanted a face mask. Not this, of course, but she wanted basically this, but with Nephew O'Prey's mouth. And despite the fact I told her that the image she sent me was not big enough, she wanted it anyway. So I found a place that did your own face on a mask. And I went ahead and I put in the order. And the first thing they said was, "Oh, you're ordering this to a different address than your shipping address. So we're going to need you to fax us or email us a copy of your driver's license." And I was like, "No." I was like, I wrote back to them immediately. I said, "No, I'm not going to do that. This is 2020. If you can't send to a different address, then just don't process the order." And I thought that was going to be the end of it, but apparently they decided they can process the order, but they just need me to give an okay that I know that it's going to be blurry, and I'm accepting the responsibility that it's going to be a low resolution print. So, whatever. I'm sorry. As for Dear Bop, yeah, you want to get your scripts done and then you want to record. If you're recording yourself with video, just do a green screen. Don't put in any special effects until you've edited the video completely. Once the video is fully edited and you've cut out all the ahs and ums and mistakes that you'll make and you will make, and you've gotten to the point that you're happy with it, although you'll probably never be happy, just get to the point where you're 80% happy. That'll be fine for 99% of people. When you're 80% happy, it'll seem perfect to everyone else. At that point, then that's when you can start adding in your special effects, if any. If any. I mean, you don't need to do special effects, right? I mean, you don't need to do anything. All you need is your voice and a solid background image. That's all you absolutely need, okay? There's people who started on YouTube and got to tens of thousands of viewers, of subscribers, with just their voice and a still background image. Okay, Doomcock. In the beginning, Doomcock didn't do when he started his live streams, it was just a solid background. Now he's got the sound bars because it's a feature of StreamYard. But in the early live stream days, Doomcock was just a solid image with a voice. You don't need to have any fancy stuff. Carlos says, don't shout at Alexa. She only wants to please you. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, my Lego Star Wars A-Wing set comes in a number of bags. I finished building bag 1. I'll do bag 2 tomorrow. There you go. I love when they break it down by bags. Valor was agreeing with me, working them in the mines. Absolutely. Mr. Hyde has got to run. My workday's almost over. This way, my first Bird of Prey live stream. This was my first Bird of Prey live stream, and looking forward to more. Enjoy the rest of your night and bye, chat. Take care, Mr. Hyde. I'm sorry I missed that. If this was your first Bird of Prey live stream, thank you so much. Most of them are better than this, I'll be honest. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. John DeMarco says, this is a code for Uncle Paulie's next hit. No, it's not. Maybe. Fortien Barber says, bonjour, Bird of Prey 5. C'est le monde, ça va? Oui. Richie Poole says, I am shocked. Uh-oh. What happened? Where are we? Richie Poole says, I am shocked. The great and powerful Bird of Prey makes mistakes. My worldview is now shattered. Yeah, I make mistakes, Richie Poole. And I cut them out of videos too. I hide them. I make mistakes and I hide them. Resolute says, don't lie to the poor man. What? Lie? Oh, Carlos says, Bird of Prey, are you doing a ghost detective video or stream? I enjoyed the last time. Maybe with Sissel Prey. Next time Sissel Prey is here, maybe we'll do one. But her time is very, very limited these days. Resolute says, don't lie. Captain Trey, Bird of Prey, say la vie. Oh, say la vie. Say la vie. Thomas Bott says, 2 MLB games are canceled today because of the virus. Do you think they will cancel the season? They probably should, Thomas. I saw the fake crowds they're putting in. I don't know if it's baseball. I think it was. But they've got these fake crowds and they're digital. They're not the cutouts behind the plates. Those were weird enough. These are actually digitally added people in the seats that look like they're actual people sitting there. And it's just spooky. They shouldn't do that. Because if they can do a fake crowd for a baseball game, they can do a fake crowd for a political rally. And they will. So we have to just say no to this type of fake nonsense. We shouldn't allow them. Dear Bop, another day, No, soft putty. No, bad soft putty. Bad. And no, I see Thomas said soft putty, skip. No, soft, thank you. 14 says, I said hello, Bird of Prey is how it's the world. How are you? Oh, well then I said yes. So I meant to say good. Bueno? No, that's not French. I don't know. Dear Bob, don't insult your intelligence, but make sure you're not watching it. Oh, God damn it, Soft Buddy, you got me again. Okay, we're going to check who this is from first. Ah, fuck, Soft Buddy. Well, okay, I got to read it to myself at least. If you're egging and asking for donations, claiming that everything related gets reinvested to the channel, so you actually put them into the channel. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is just, no. Soft Buddy, if you have a question that you need Dear Bop to answer, then that's one thing. This is not a place for you to insult other YouTubers. Dear Bop, how do we convince Americans in the middle that the cops are bad? We are ignoring the building. We are ignoring the bill. Joe Biden just donated $1. Thank you, Joe Biden, and Kissing Dax. Joe Biden says I should use computer people at my rallies, but I don't think they'll show up anyway. Yeah, that's true, Joe. Dear Bob, how do we convince Americans in the middle that the cops are bad? We are ignoring the buildings and cops they are attacking, but it's only working with people that listen to us no matter what. We need your propaganda minister's help, DNC. I will loan Alexander to you for $1 million a day. Pre-wired 7-day minimum. And then you'll have all rights to pick Alexander's brain. So whenever you're ready, just make that money transfer and we'll get it. But I'll give you a heads up, like a tiny, a little taste of what Karoga propaganda could do for you. So you want to make regular Americans hate cops. And you're getting a bad rap because you canceled live PD and now half the people who used to watch A&E stopped watching. You should replace the live cop shows with fictional cop shows, but pretend they're live. And then you go out and you're having cops beat up babies, arrest babies. That's what you gotta do. Send the police out and have them arrest a few babies, like his mother pushing a stroller down the street, and the police come and two of them aim a gun at the carriage and they start yelling commands. Put your hands up, and you have the camera and the baby's putting his hands up, and they come and they throw these baby-sized handcuffs on him, and the baby starts crying, and the mother's like, no, why are you taking my baby? And it'd be he matched the description of someone who robbed a bank. And the mother's like, no, he needs to feed. And they're like, sorry, ma'am. And he'll be out in 3 to 6 days. And you can find him wherever. And then she's crying and they take him away. And when they throw him into the cop car, there's 12 other babies back there, all with the same description. And then, it's all, you CGI it. You don't actually hurt babies. But then you play that as what the police are all about. And it'll be Cops 2020. And you make up a town that nobody knows doesn't exist. It sounds real. I don't know. Patriot, Wisconsin. Okay. And in Patriot, Wisconsin PD, and they're throwing babies in police cars. And then they're giving the new mothers a whack with the billy club just because they're crying because they're taking their babies. And we're the police. What are you going to do about it? The only thing you could do, the only thing that'll ever stop us is if Trump doesn't win again. And then they laugh and they drink a couple of beers and they throw the beers into the middle of the street. And then a kid comes riding on a skateboard and he falls into the glass and he's cut and he's bleeding. And he looks into the camera and says, "Why, Donald? Why?" And then he gets, yeah. So that's how you do it. See that bring back Cops 2020. It's all fiction, but by the time anybody knows it's fiction, the election will be over, and you'll get the public hating the police. And everybody has to say, "Why, Donald? Why?" as they look into the camera crying. Where are we? Captain Trax with 14. Are you wanting to see how Bird of Prey slaughters what you say? V-Star, Qapla V-Star. Carlos is Bird of Prey. Dear Bop, I had an asthma attack on Thursday, still not feeling right, and have been getting down. However, you always cheer me up and everyone else's interaction in the stream and chat. Oh, very cool, Carlo. I am so happy to know that we somehow, in some small way, help you feel better. Richie Pools' Bird of Prey sounds like a typical day in Kuroga. No. 14 is Bird of Prey. If anyone came in late and heard all the baby stuff, they would have thought something really dark was going on. And Richie Carlos is Bird of Prey. Wow, just wow. And Richie Pools says, "Why, Donald? Why? Have you have your heart? Have you no heart?" I assume you meant. I just watched today, and I've seen it before, but not in a long time. Donald Trump singing the theme to Green Acres in the 2006 Emmys. You guys should look for it. It's hilarious. Somebody posted it on YouTube or Twitter. I don't know. Somewhere this morning, I came across it, and then I did a search for the actual video, and it's only like a minute long, but he sings the theme to Green Acres. He's dressed up like a farmer in overalls, and he does it good. Valor says, Bird of Prey, as much as I'm enjoying this, I gotta go. You stay, and keep up the fun streams. Thank you, Valor. Say hello to Vivian. Richie Poole says Cisco used the holographic fake crowd at that baseball game. Yes, he did. And that's exactly the technology, except not holograms, that they're going to be using. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I think it's Australia. Yes. And they use teddy bears at their stadium, but they don't hold me to that. There was something in Australia too. There was something in Australia too. Thomas is Cinnabon. Don't worry, my team sucks, so I won't beat you easily. 14 says he's such a legend, Bird of Prey. Okay. Dear Bob, sorry we failed to rig those last 2 risk games. Please stop killing our families. Your loyal Kuroga hacking agency. I thought I won my last risk game. Oh, Scrody McBoogerballs. Qapla Scrody McBoogerballs with a $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Scrody. I said what in the butt? I said what in the butt? Scrody.
Indications negative.
And you got Dax. You got Dax. Oh, I'm losing. There we go. Thank you so much. I'll if you know what, for $50, I'll say it again. I said what? I said what in the butt? Captain Track is lolling, and John DeMarco says such eloquence. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, sorry, more dear. Oh, and we have a question directly from Soft Putty, supposedly. I'm going to read that first. Soft Putty. And hopefully it's not terrible. I ask legit questions. You don't answer. Why is that? Ask the questions without attacking Rock Solid or any other members of the community. Okay. If you want to attack Anti-Trekker, okay. But anyone else, let's try not make personal attacks. If you have legitimate questions, I will answer. Dear Bop, we found Mrs. Valor and will blackmail her to support you like you ordered. Karoga Redacted Organization. I made no such request.
Found a box of yellow isolation gowns for protecting.
Lamo Prey found a box of the yellow gowns people wear. Would have been useful during the heart of it's still going to be useful keeping. And anybody who comes in here, they'll put them on. Keep it virus free. Dear Bop, I have to appear before court for not paying a fine. I got on a bus with a hot dog, and it's actually not allowed, but I was starving. What do you think will work better as my defense? When I say that the hot dog was a guide dog in training or emotional support animal? Thanks. 205. I suggest you bring hot dogs for the court, and by the court, I mean the judge or the magistrate or whatever it is you have, and you say, Your Honor, I'd like to enter this delicious, mouth-watering hot dog into evidence. And the judge looks at it, he smells it, and he says, Your Honor, I don't know, but I also have some ketchup and mustard if you're interested. I'll enter that into evidence too. And you say, and Your Honor, I also have this delicious, ice cold Coca-Cola or whatever is the popular drink around there. I'd like to enter all these into evidence. And then the judge will be like, what evidence? And you're like, exactly. And the judge will say, case dismissed. And you'll be fine. All for the cost of a hot dog, a soda, and some ketchup packets. That's your best defense. Emotional support, that's your backup. There was an emotional support hot dog, and, your religion required you to ingest it. So it was actually, you would have gone to hell had you not eaten the hot dog right then and there. Dear Bob, why does your show support the patriarchy? It's so problematic. I think I need to see your manager, Karen the Whale, blue hair. Karen, I am the manager. And the manager says, you need to return to the ocean. Thank you. Karens. That's the problem. Could you imagine if you had a baby like 6 months ago, a year ago, and you named her Karen? You think it'll be over by the time people start talking about Karen again? I don't know. There had to have been several Karens born, before this whole Karen thing happened. And I bet there's still people naming their kid Karen. Particularly sad if it's a boy. Dear Bob, we've been informed you are trying to use a different mailing address than billing address. This is illegal by order of the mayor of New York City. As soon as we can take cops away from guarding the BML street. We are coming for you. Because of funding cuts, we can only guard the mayor and the BLM street, the NYPD. Well, that's probably pretty true. If you ever wanted to be a criminal, now's the time. Richie Bulls is Bird of Prey. Is this Karen chick hot? Is she single? These are good questions, Richie. I'm not sure, but I'd stay away from Karens for a while. Dear Bob, any advice for my editing software? Project Storytime. Well, DaVinci Resolve 16.22 or something. If I just do a search for DaVinci Resolve 16, that's what I use. That's what Anti-Trigger uses. It's free. It's professional. It does just about anything you could ever dream of, but it is not, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. I mean, honestly, if you can just Google anything you need to do and say, how do I do this in Resolve? And there'll be a YouTube video that explains it. So if you don't mind learning like that, it's not terrible. But yeah, it takes some getting used to. It might be overkill. It probably is. That said, I'm really not sure what would be easier. I believe Sci-Fi Nation uses a freeware program called SureShot. I'm pretty sure that's the name, SureShot. And when I tried it, it seemed to be significantly easier to learn because it had less features, but it did all the basics. So I would say either if you're going to go full into it, get DaVinci Resolve. Otherwise, do SureShot. They're both free. I can't justify you spending money. If you were going to spend money, you could either get the Adobe Cloud, which gives you access to Adobe Premiere, which is like the standard top of the line video editor. But that's, I don't know, $50, $60 a month. But it gives access to that and Photoshop and everything you could ever need, more or less, for doing a video. But it's very expensive. You can do it for free. So I would, since you're just starting out, I would strongly suggest going the free route. OpenShot. There it is. Sci-Fi Nation says it's OpenShot. OpenShot.org. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Nation. For Tian says, I don't see the point in a prequel to The Witcher. I don't see a point either. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Why is Netflix rating every TOS episode TV 14 for sex and fear? I have no idea. I have no idea. And Wesley says, no, Karen is hot. Welcome, Wesley. Welcome. Yeah, TOS should be rated G. Dear Bob, any advice for editing software? Did I just do that? I think it's a duplicate. Yeah, okay. One of those two. Dear Bob, who wins in a fight, Martok or the Klingon that said, I can see my house from here from Enterprise? Martok. Martok wins against everyone but Worf, more or less. Yeah, Martok wins. Martok wins in the Mortal Kombat voice. Dear Bob, I want to pick Alexander's brain with C for it. That's not a question. But again, for $1 million a day, minimum 7 days, brain picking can be arranged. Dear Bob, deal. We are severely bankrupt, but when we take full power next year, we will make fake BLM tax and just keep the money for us. DNC. Well, I mean, it's a deal. You got to send the money first, though. So, you know, hit up one of your millionaire, billionaire donors and get them to wire you that money or wire it to me. Dear Bob, did I hear that the official abbreviation for lower decks was announced to be LDS? Yes, you did. I think that might be a very prophetic label. Face palming citizen. Yes, they did officially announce LDS is going to be the three-letter abbreviation of lower decks. And yes, they know it's from Star Trek 4. It's a joke. They get it. But it's supposed to be a funny show, so they understand that LDS, and they understand it in canon, and they get it. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. They know what they were doing. Personally, I don't think it's the worst idea. It's a lot better than STL. Let's put it that way, or STLD or anything like that. Dear Bob, we are referring to Risk Games on Alexander's stream. Can we stop hacking his rolls? He is one of us. Kroger hacking. Oh yeah, man. On the Risk Games yesterday, I saw some terrible rolls from Alex. Most poor Alexander. It really is that Alexander gets the worst of it sometimes. I've seen him rolls, and then he'll lose 11 guys against 2. Or I had 14 or 15 versus 4 once. I lost a lot of guys myself. I don't know. Something is weird. Something is wonky. There really might be a problem. I don't know. Yeah, you missed most of the Dear Bops, Wes. You missed most of the Dear Bops. But here, I'll play a song, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Oh, give me a home where the orphans can't roam, 'cause they're down a uranium mine, where seldom is heard a complaint against Bird, 'cause his subjects are all treated fine. Karoga the brave, where the orphans and Sasebo play, where often is heard, son of a bitch, from Bird, and the bridges don't falter or sway. When the airwaves are clear, there's a voice you can hear through the noise of those turtist allies. For despite what you've heard, Gowron isn't a turd, is what the man cries. Karoga the brave, where the orphans and Sasebos play, where often is heard, son of a bitch, from Bird, and the bridges don't falter or sway. Anti-tracker might think Martok kicked up a stink in his plan to bring Birdo Prey down, but he soon changed his tune for a purse of doubloons. Now he kneels for the Karogan crown. Karoga the brave, where the orphans and Sasebos play, where often is heard,
Son of a bitch! We're back. We're back, and we've got a few more Dear Bops. Well, what time is it? 4:04. Okay. So before I forget, why did I go early today? I went early today because Sci-Fi Nation at 5 p.m. Eastern will be interviewing Commander Cockings on his channel. And Sci-Fi Nation, if you're in the stream, please go ahead and put the link whenever you want to your stream. And that'll be, so this stream will be ending well before 5 p.m. Well before, I don't know, sometime between now and 5. The stream is going to end. So we can head over to Sci-Fi Nation and see his interview with Commander Cockings. Then at 6 p.m. today, and I don't know if Sci-Fi Nation will be done or not, but at 6 p.m. today, our friend DJ Odyssey is doing his talk stream on Battlestar Galactica, the original 1978, the original 70s version. And then they're going to go into the Battlestar 1980. Now, unfortunately, I've never seen the original, so I don't know that I'll have anything to contribute, but that's that. And for those who don't know, there's some issues going on. But our other friend of the channel, Ellie, would also normally be doing a 6 p.m. stream today, but she has switched it to tomorrow. So tomorrow at 6, check out the Orville family stream. I'm not sure the actual topic, but I know it's Orville related. So that's, I saw on her Twitter, she's not doing it today at 6. So just a heads up on that. And now we'll get back to Dear Bops. Wesley says early because Dear Bop, Darth Maul says premature stream ejaculation can be cured by bird of prey singing. Wow. I didn't need to read that. Thank God a bird muted the Kuroga song. Did I mute the Kuroga song? Was it muted? It wasn't supposed to be muted. Dear Bop, I need to confess, I'm a serial killer, Wesley Crusher. You know, Wes, I always suspected it was you. But it's okay. I won't tell anyone. But I just, what's your thing? Like, well, what do you kill? Like, is it prostitutes? Is it, I don't know. I mean, are you like Dexter? Do you only kill bad people? That wouldn't be so bad. Dear Bob, I have steaks in the fridge and the expiration date is tomorrow. Does it expire right after midnight or can I still eat it for lunch? 205. 205, if you're being in the EU where you are, I'm sure it means that it's good till 11:59 p.m. on the date that it's stamped. So, yeah, you go ahead and eat it. Just, cook it a little bit longer than you normally would. Right? Like, maybe not do that steak medium rare. Go for a solid medium. You should be fine. In Kuroga, just all dates are suggestions, just so you know. So if you ever have Kuroga meat and it says eat by, August 3rd and it's August 7th, it's still probably okay. Hell, we post-date our spam by 9 years. Dear Bob, I run risk Momo the rolls. Dear Bob, I run risk Momo the rolls will go Alexander's way when he does my challenge. Momo, I am love. So Alexander, Momo is saying that until you take the Momo challenge, your risk rolls will always be bad. And he might be true. He might be true. It might be true. It makes sense. Wesley, bird of prey, I only kill evil bunnies. Oh no. Oh no. And Carlos says, spam. What did you do? What did you do to Cinnabon that he had to put you in timeout, Wes? Fortian says, go for a solid medium so you can have nice hot snakes. Oh, fire truck. And he kept going, sassy. It's okay. Joseph says, Karoga meat sounds so dirty. No, it's good. Darth Maul says, it's the stupid case of screen protector I use. It makes having clumsy fingers. Oh, I hate screen protectors. And Joseph says, for Tian, by the way, he's number 205. Darth Maul says, Karogan meat beat as frequently as the orphans. Thomas says, hashtag arrest Wesley. No, he confessed it. He confessed it in a deer bop. So it's like confessing to your priest, although legally it's not. But in Karoga, deer bop confessions don't count. Okay, so we'll head back. We'll head back to the big screen. We'll see Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga, and thank you again, Nicole. It's been one of those days. I am still somewhat exhausted, as you can see, from the night Nephew O'Prey spent here. It was a crazy night. And then Sis O'Prey, I didn't change the diaper yet, but as Sis O'Prey handed him off to me for the last time yesterday, it's like, here, I need you to hold your nephew. So I put my hands out, she hands him to me. And after she hands it to me, just as my arm senses it, it's like, oh, by the way, he's wet. I was like, wet with water? And she's like, nope, try again. Son of a bitch. But, he's a baby, so what are you going to do? I don't know if the diaper leaked or whatever, but they washed him and then I had to wash up again. It's different. It's different. They say it's different when it's your kid or it's your nephew, I guess. In this case, it is. It is. Joseph says, bird of prey, Wesley told LDG that no burbs. LD took his wrench and the bunny timed him out just because he could. Well, you see, honestly, it was probably a good thing LDG took Wesley's wrench because Wesley has been known to butt ban people. And that's why he doesn't have a wrench here. And he even asked for it to be taken away because he was so afraid of butt banning people in the future. And he did butt ban people on somebody else's channel like a few weeks ago. So Wesley is not cut out to have a wrench. As nice a person as Wesley is, his phone is incompatible with the wrenching task. So that I get. But timing him out just because he could, that's a little petty. That's a little petty. Wesley says, I meant to send that last message to Bird of Prey. And what did he send? He sent to Cinnabon. Wesley says, Cinnabon hates me because I bought him a horse and it had it delivered to his house. So you bought a horse and had it delivered to Cinnabon's house. Where is he going to put it? The bunnies already take up all the room he's got. 14, Barbara says hot snakes for the win. John DeMarco says Karoga meat is very fresh. It comes straight from the mines. No. Oh, God. No. I've told this before, but I used to work at a supermarket where its logo was a cow with a briefcase shaking the hand of, I don't know, a customer. And the logo was from moo to you. Like you were getting direct meat. And like the cow was making a deal to sell itself to you so that you could butcher it yourself. Now, not like they sold full cows, but they did sell they did sell meat in bulk. And that was like the first time I saw it in real life, whole, I don't know, halves of beef or whatever they are hanging from hooks. And there was an entire part of the supermarket that was just one big freezer box. Oh, I love that, especially in the summertime. That was great. But yeah, it was a meat market and supermarket. And yeah, from moo to you. That was wrong. I knew it was wrong even then. That was a little too much. Darth Maul says Bird of Prey admits he's Baby O'Pre's Deloja machine. No, not the machine. Wesley says Bird of Prey, give me a wrench and I will block you all. Yeah, you're not going to get a wrench, Wesley. Not till you get a new cell phone. Thomas is Bird of Prey. You know what I do when I listen on my phone with it in my pocket. I don't have chat open. Well, Thomas, that's, I don't know. Wes puts it open, I guess. Yosef says, I have premium. I simply turn off the screen. Cinnabon Bunny says, to be fair, I warned him I was coming someday. Today was that day. Wow. Darth Maul says, butt ban. That sounds drier than Korokan meat. Fortian says, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, at the restaurant at the end of the universe, there was a cow creature that you spoke to about what to bite to eat off it before it was cooked. Interesting. Thomas says, Joseph, FYI, DJ is on radio. Wesley says, Thomas, can you close the chat box? Carlos says, Bird of Prey, in the summer, we stand in the walk-in fridge to cool down and warm up in the winter in the supermarket warehouse. Definitely. Sci-Fi Nation, Bird of Prey, I don't think Wesley's problem is his phone. JS, just saying. I don't know what Wesley's problem may or may not be. I wish I could show you Sassy. She is asleep on the bed, but the cameras can't reach it. The camera's too far away. Well, guys, I think it's about that time. 5 p.m. Sci-Fi Nation interview with Commander Cockings, I'm not sure. I think it's Cockings. People laugh. I think it's Cockings of Trek Yards. You know, Trek Yards was actually at Alexander's stream last night. I don't think Alexander realized who was there. But I'm pretty sure Captain Foley actually was in Alexander's stream last night. But because we were playing Risk, none of us were looking at the chat. And I don't think anybody acknowledged him for like 10 minutes. He had probably already left. But that I was surprised to see Trek Yards, Captain Foley, visiting an Alexander stream, of all people. Rambling says, have a good one, Bird of Prey. Take care, Rambling. Qapla. Fortian puts in a link, and he says this. Which link is that? Oh, the Hitchhiker's Guide. Cool. And Sci-Fi Nation puts in a link to his stream. Very cool. Okay, 40 minutes out from that. Carlos says Captain Foley uses Track Yard's power 543 for Samuel. Wesley says, I'm going to rewatch for Dear Bops. Okay, Wes, you're going to rewind it now before I end it. Otherwise, might be hard to get to. Let's see, how long was this stream? Really? It's not going to tell me? It usually tells me on the top of the screen there. They're around 2 hours. Okay, we'll call it there. Qapla All. Have a good day. And I will see you guys later around YouTube. Thomas is Bird of Prey. Well, sometimes it feels like we don't matter in chat when it's ignored for a long time. I get it, Thomas.
Hit that bell icon.
Hold on.
Without it, you won't get notifications.
Let's come
of
back.
videos.
Let's
Check
come
out-
back. We'll come back as this so I don't have to go through Nicole. I get it, Thomas, but you know, when you're on a panel, you're constantly talking back and well, if the panel is talking right. I mean, some panels that go through the night, people are so tired or barely talking. But if you're on an active panel, you're talking back and forth to other people. It's very hard to keep your eye on in chat. But when you're on a panel and playing a game, it's damn near impossible to keep your eye on chat. And I know, listen, it ultimately, it's the streamer's responsibility, right? It's the streamer's responsibility. Now, for whatever reason, Alexander claims that once he opens his game, he can't look at his YouTube window again without closing the game. I don't know why that would be. I mean, I know it would be annoying, but it should be possible. For me, even though I have two screens, one of the screens is off to the side and not easy to look at. So when I'm playing Risk, especially if I'm playing it on someone else's stream, the Risk game is also covering the chat because I'd have them both on the monitor that's in front of me. If I move it to the other monitor, I really can't even see the chat unless I turn my head from the game. And if I turn my head from the game, I'm likely to miss a move that I need to watch. So I get it, and I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. But you're right. You know what? If you're being ignored in chat, you have every right to tell the person, hey, I'm leaving because I feel like I'm being ignored. And if enough people do that, then, you know, maybe that person will change the way they do things. Or I am making excuses. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm making an excuse, but I understand. I would get bored too if nobody was listening. If I felt like nobody was ever going to read my chat, I would get bored too. But I guess the hope is that enough fun and interesting stuff is help happening on the stream that it doesn't, you know, not going to say it doesn't matter, but you know, if not every comment gets read, it doesn't get read. I mean, you get to the point where you're a big time YouTuber like Doomcock or Nerdrotic, and you know 95% of the chats, especially the non-super chats, don't get read by the main person. On the size of stream my size, I try to read them, except when I say I'm skipping, because I just try to. But yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle. It's always going to be one. There's always, well, not that there's always, but at a certain size, you get more content than there is time to read it, especially for someone who talks and reads slow like myself. So I am sorry, Thomas. And if I ever feel like I'm ignoring you in the chat, you know how to contact me, and I hope you do. Carlos says City Skylines. Yeah, that's a game where I can't follow the chat at all. Darth Maul, yes, we got the STD return date earlier. So that'll be right after, maybe a week after Lower Decks ends. And Thomas says, we understand it's more difficult when playing a game like Risk. Yeah. Resolute says, thank you for understanding. Resolute says, Bird of Prey in Risk, switching screens as a habit of dropping the game. Yes. Well, I guess that's why Alexander can't do it. Thomas is Captain Track. Wait till you play Risk. He's never going to play Risk. Cinnabon, I play in windowed mode. Yes, well, I play in windowed mode too, but my window takes up like 95% of the screen, so I still can't see the chat. But it's in windowed mode, it's much easier to bring the chat forward than in full screen mode. For Tian says, Cinnabon, I play over more than one device. Captain Trax says, Thomas, yes, I have, because I do not see anything but the stupid game because I do not like it. I stopped playing. John DeMarco says, you are actually very good about reading the chat, Bird, even if it takes a long time. Well, thank you, John. Thank you. So, Captain Trax, Bird of Prey, Bull S. I did play Risk, and you were one of the people in the game. Did I say you never played Risk? I know you don't play Risk now. I didn't think I said you never played Risk. If I did, I apologize. For Tian's Bird of Prey, don't listen to naysayers. Well, you got to listen to naysayers. They're the ones probably telling the truth. Captain Trax says, I thought I heard you say I never did. Oh, I apologize. Well, maybe never as in never anymore. You don't play now. But you should get back into it. At least you tried. At least you tried it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get going, have something to eat, and I'll see you guys on Sci-Fi Nation. Qapla. Bird out. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care. Sound is low. Got it. Thank you.